Hello, and welcome to Pittsburgh City Council's regular meeting for Tuesday, May 19th, 2020. My name is Kim Clark Baskin, and I am the Assistant City Clerk. With us today, we have our sign language interpreter, James Vevers. The following is a list of legislation to be introduced by Pittsburgh City Council. Councilman Anthony Coghill presents Bill number 342, Resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Public Works to apply for grant funding from the Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources Community Conservation Partnerships Program to provide funding to update the city's urban forest master plan. Bill number 343, Resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Public Works to receive a grant from the Keep America Beautiful Public Space Recycling Grant in the form of 60 Clearstream special event recycling collection frames with signage frames, 60 cases of 100 bags a case, and 3 transport storage carts with the cash value of $10,285. Bill number 344, Resolution vacating a portion of Snobler Way from Larimer Avenue southeasterly, an average distance of 123.47 feet in the 12th Ward, 9th Council District. Councilwoman Deb Gross presents Bill number 345, Resolution providing for an agreement or agreements with the Fair Housing Partnership to provide comprehensive fair housing training to all relevant staff members of the City of Pittsburgh, the Housing Authority of the City of Pittsburgh, the Urban Redevelopment Authority, and private housing providers. Training will include understanding affirmatively, furthering fair housing, reasonable accommodation, and modifications. Cost not to exceed $64,750. Bill number 346, Resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure and or the director of the Department of Finance and or the director of the Department of Public Works on behalf of the City of Pittsburgh to execute as necessary instruments for the declaration of restrictions and covenants in favor of the Allegheny County Sanitary Authority to permit the installation of green infrastructure projects on designated lots, park sites, rights of way as funded by Alcosan GROW grants awarded to the Pittsburgh Water and Sewer Authority. Councilman Daniel Lavelle presents Bill number 347, Resolution providing for further renewal by the Council of the City of Pittsburgh of a declaration of disaster emergency ratified by Council on March 17, 2020, to extend the effectiveness of the declaration for 7 additional days, thereby making the declaration effective until May 26th, in response to the ongoing public health emergency associated with the spread of the coronavirus. Councilman Corey O'Connor presents Bill number 348, Resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Public Safety to receive grant funding from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services to assist in the city's emergency medical services efforts to prevent, prepare for, and respond to the coronavirus, and further providing an agreement and expenditures not to exceed $138,162.66 for this stated purpose. Bill number 349, Resolution amending Resolution 493 of 2019, which had previously amended Resolution 133 of 2018, authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Public Safety to enter on behalf of the city of Pittsburgh into a 3-year professional services agreement or agreements with Johnson Controls for security camera integration and support services by transferring funds from equipment and supplies to professional services. Councilwoman Erica Strasburger presents Bill number 350, resolution authorizing the director of the Department of Innovation and Performance to enter into an agreement with Cohen Law Group and CTC Technology and Energy for the renegotiation of the city's cable franchise agreements with Comcast and Verizon, and certain additional telecommunication consulting services, and further providing final payment to Smart Work Partners for work provided under an agreement authorized by Resolutions 741 and 748 of 2018. Council President Teresa Kell Smith presents Bill number 351. Resolution amending Resolution number 90 of 2020, informing City Council of the reappointment of Councilman R. Daniel Lavelle as a member of the Board of Directors of the Urban Redevelopment by changing the term expiration date to December 2nd, 2024, in order to comply with the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Urban Redevelopment Act, Section 6. And Bill number 352. Communication from Kevin Paulus, Director of the Office of Management and Budget, submitting an acting pay approval for Patrick Cornell per the acting pay policy revised in June 2018. That concludes the reading of the legislation to be introduced. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Good morning and welcome to the regular meeting of City Council for Tuesday, May 19th, 2020. With one meeting announcement, the Council will continue to meet virtually on Tuesdays and Wednesdays until further notice. All meetings will be live streamed on the City Channel's YouTube channel. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Reverend Burgess.
Here.
Mr. Coghill. Ms. Gross.
Here.
Mr. Kraus.
Here.
Mr. Lavelle.
Here.
Mr. O'Connor.
Here.
Ms. Strasburger.
Here.
Mr. Wilson.
Here.
Cal Smith, President.
Here.
8 members present.
Thank you. As we join together from our remote locations, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States
of America and to the
and the
republic
republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I tried to get the flag in there. I hope I did. Anyway, so our next order of business is proclamations. We have one to be read into the record from me, Council, or Madam Clerk.
Council President Cal Smith presents, now therefore be it resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby thank Mr. Albert Pinellas for his service to our country and recognize that his longevity is a blessing to him and to all who benefit from the knowledge and experiences he shares. And be it further resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby declare Thursday, May 21st, 2020 to be Centenarian Albert G. Pinellas Day in the City of Pittsburgh.
You've heard, do we have a motion in a second, or motion to approve in a second?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you. And I just want to say that this is, before we approve it, that this is a gentleman he lives in Councilman Krause's district, and he's turning 100 this week, and he's a World War II veteran. And Councilman Krause and I are he's going to present the proclamation. Mayor's going to be there. There's going to be veterans coming to salute him. It'll be a really nice special birthday for him. And so, although his daughter lives in my district, he lives in Councilman Krause's district. So we're doing it together. So I'm thankful to be able to present, for us to be able to do this for him, for all that he's done for us, especially as we're approaching Memorial Day. With that said, the motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Proclamation's approved. The next order of business is public comment. For those speakers that have registered and are waiting in the queue, please give your name and neighborhood for the record. Each speaker will have 3 minutes. We don't have any registered speakers, correct? Because
No, we don't have it.
we had one who changed their mind. Okay. So the next order, so there being no further speakers, the next order of business will be the presentation of papers. Councilman Burgess, Chair of Urban Recreation.
No new papers, Madam President.
Good morning, Councilman.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Councilman Coghill, Chair of Public Works.
He's not on today, so I have to present for him.
I didn't see. Okay. So do we have?
No new papers. No new papers, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilman.
Councilman
And
Coghill. Yeah, Councilman Coghill has some papers.
Oh, he does. Okay. All right, Madam President. Sorry, Madam President. Here.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilman.
You're welcome.
Councilman Coghill presents Bill number 342, resolution authorizing the mayor and director of the Department of Public Works to apply for grant funding from the Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources Community Conservation Partnerships Program to provide funding to update the city's urban forest master plan. The grant proposal includes an ask of up to $35,000 with a local match of $35,000 to come out of the 2021 City of Pittsburgh Shade Tree Trust Fund. In the event the grant is awarded, this resolution provides for an agreement and expenditures not to exceed $70,000. Bill number 343, resolution authorizing the mayor and director of the Department of Public Works to receive a grant from the Keep America Beautiful Public Space Recycling Grant in the form of 60 Clearstream special event recycling collection frames with signage frames, 60 cases of 100 bags, cases, and 3 transport storage carts with a cash value of $10,285. Bill number 344, resolution vacating a portion of Stockner's Way from Larimer Avenue southeasterly in average distance of 123.47 feet in the 12th Ward, 9th Council District.
Thank you. And then we have a waiver of Rule H for Bill 344. Can somebody make that motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second. Any discussion on the waiver? Hearing none, the bills will, let's vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Any abstentions? The bill will appear on tomorrow's Student Committee agenda. And we have Councilwoman Gross, Chair of Intergovernmental Affairs.
Madam President.
Thank you. Good morning, Councilwoman.
Good morning.
Councilwoman Gross presents Bill number 345, resolution providing for an agreement with the Fair Housing Partnership to provide comprehensive fair housing training to all relevant staff members of the city, the Housing Authority, the URA, and private housing providers. Training will include understanding affirmatively, furthering fair housing, reasonable accommodation and modifications, and general fair housing laws in an amount not to exceed $64,750. Bill number 346, resolution authorizing the mayor and director of the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure and the director of the Department of Finance and/or director of the Department of Public Works on behalf of the city to execute as necessary instruments for the declaration of restrictions and covenants in favor of Al-Qassam to permit the installation of green infrastructure projects on designated vacant lots, park sites, and right-of-ways as funded by Al-Qassam. Grow grants awarded to the Pittsburgh Water and Sewer Authority, and further authorizing the mayor and director of the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure and/or the director of the Department of Finance to enter into any other necessary agreements between the city and PWSA and or Alcosan necessary to implement the GROW grant projects for the benefit of the public.
Thank you. Councilman Kraus, Chair of Human Resources.
No new papers, Madam President.
Okay, good morning, Councilman. Thank
Good
you.
morning. Thank you.
Councilman Lavelle, Chair of Finance and Law.
Madam President.
Good morning, Councilman.
Morning.
It was good seeing you this weekend.
Councilman Lavelle presents Bill number 347, resolution providing for further renewal by the Council of the City of Pittsburgh of a declaration of disaster emergency ratified by Council on March 17, 2020, to extend the effectiveness of the declaration for 7 additional days, thereby making the declaration effective until May 26 in response to the ongoing public health emergency associated with the spread of the coronavirus.
Madam President.
Yes, Councilman.
Motion to waive the rules of council so that this bill may be considered under final action today.
Thank you, Councilman. We have a motion to waive the rules of council. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
The Rule 8. Any opposed? The bill will appear later today for final action. Councilman O'Connor, Chair of Public Safety Services. Good morning, Councilman. Thank you.
Councilman O'Connor presents Bill number 348, resolution authorizing the mayor and director of the Department of Public Safety to receive grant funding from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services to assist in the city's emergency medical services efforts to prevent, prepare for, and respond to the coronavirus, and further providing for an agreement and expenditures not to exceed $138,162.66. Bill number 349, resolution amending resolution number 493, which had previously amended resolution number 133, which authorized the mayor and director of the Department of Public Safety to enter on behalf of the city into a 3-year professional services agreement with Johnson Controls for security camera integration and support services by transferring funds from equipment and supplies to professional services.
Thank you. And Councilwoman Strasburger, Chair of Innovation, Performance, and Asset Management. Good morning,
Madam
Councilwoman.
President.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Councilwoman Strasburger presents Bill number 350, resolution authorizing the director of the Department of Innovation and Performance to enter into an agreement with Cohen Law Group and CTC Technology and Energy for the renegotiation of the city's cable franchise agreements with Comcast and Verizon and certain additional telecommunication consulting services, and further providing for final payment to SmartWorks partners for work provided under an agreement authorized by Resolution 741 and 748 of 2018.
Councilwoman, thank you, Madam Clerk. Councilwoman, you have a waiver of Rule 8 for Bill 350, correct?
Yes, thank you, Madam President. I'd like to make a motion to waive the rules of council so that this appears on tomorrow's agenda.
Thank you. Do we have a motion second?
Second.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Second.
Sorry. Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, then the bill, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Any abstentions? The bill will appear on tomorrow's standing committee agenda. Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Wilson, Chair of Land Use and Economic Development.
No new papers, Madam President.
Good morning, Councilman. Thank you.
Good morning.
Councilwoman and myself, Councilwoman Kell Smith, Chair of Hearings. We have one reappointment of Councilman Lavelle to the URA Board and one communication from OMB Acting Pay.
Council President Kell Smith presents Bill number 351, resolution amending resolution number 90, informing City Council of the reappointment of Councilman R. Daniel Lavelle as a member of the Board of Directors of the URA by changing the term expiration date to December 2nd, 2024, in order to comply with the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania URA Act Section 6, Bill number 352. Communication from Kevin Paulus, Director of the Office of Management and Budget, submitting an acting pay approval, Patrick Cornell, per the acting pay policy revised in June of 2018.
Thank you. And I think we have to take the reappointment first. So could we have a vote on that first? And I
Motion
think
to approve.
Second.
And any discussion? I'm just going to say that I think that you have seen Councilman Lavelle has been an amazing part of the URA board in making sure that we're getting things done, not just for the Hill District and areas that he represents, but for the city of Pittsburgh. So I thank him for his service on there. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Reappointment's approved. And the communication, we just need a motion to read, receive, and file.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
Second.
any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, the next order of business is reports of committee for final action. Councilman Lavelle, Committee on Finance and Law.
Madam President.
Councilman Lavelle presents Bill number 340, Report of the Committee on Finance and Law for May 13, 2020, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill number 314, Resolution further amending Resolution number 863 as amended, entitled Resolution Adopting and Approving the 2019 Capital Budget and the 2019 CDBG Program and the 2019 through 2024 Capital Improvement Program by increasing various community development block grant program line items to reflect the allocation of the CDBG COVID-19 funding and authorizing a subsequent agreement on behalf of the residents of the city. Bill number 315, resolution authorizing the mayor and the city solicitor to enter into a professional services agreement with Hawk, McKeon, and Siskake for legal services in connection with PUC matters in an amount not to exceed $50,000. Bill number 326, resolution establishing the Greater Pittsburgh COVID-19 Racial Equity Task Force.
You've heard the reading and the title of the bills. Is there any discussion on the bills? None? Hearing none, the bills are now ready for final action. Those in favor of the passage will vote aye when the name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Reverend Burgess,
Aye.
Ms. Gross,
Aye.
Mr. Kraus,
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle,
Aye.
Mr.
Aye.
Strasburger,
Aye.
Mr. Wilson,
Aye.
Mrs. Cal Smith, President.
Aye.
Ayes 8, no 0.
The bills having received the legally required number of votes are finally passed. Councilman Coghill, Committee on Public Works.
Councilman,
Who has those papers? I'm sorry.
I guess I do. Madam President,
Thank you, Reverend. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Councilman Coghill presents Bill number 341, Report of the Committee on Public Works for May 13, 2020, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill number 311, resolution providing for the use of an agreement and/or contract with AECom Technical Services, Inc. in order to assist the city with traffic support services and provide for the payment of the costs not to exceed $31,656.71. Bill number 312, resolution authorizing the mayor and the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure to apply for a grant from the Redevelopment Authority of Allegheny County's Gaming Economic Development Tourism Fund in the amount of $443,659 to provide funding for Shady Side streetscape improvements, and if awarded, enter into a grant agreement with the RAAC. The grant application includes local matching funds in the amount of $192,000. In the event this grant is awarded, this resolution provides for an agreement and expenditures not to exceed $635,659 for this stated purpose, chargeable and payable from the City of Pittsburgh capital account and a grant account to be established upon award.
You've heard the reading and the title of the bills. Is there any discussion on the bills? Hearing none, the bills are ready for final action. Those in favor of the bills will vote aye when the name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Reverend Burgess,
Aye.
Ms. Gross,
Aye.
Mr. Kraus,
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle,
Aye.
Mr. O'Connor,
Aye.
Strasburger,
Aye.
Mr. Wilson,
Aye.
Mrs. Cal Smith, President.
Aye.
Ayes 8, no 0.
The bills having received the legally required number of votes is finally passed. We move on to motions and resolutions. And Councilman Lavelle, you want to have final vote on your bill today?
Yes. On Bill 347?
Thank you, Councilman. So we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Oh, any discussion? All in favor when their name is called, vote aye. Those opposed, vote no. Will the clerk please call the roll? I think we need a
Reverend
roll.
Gross.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Kraus.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle.
Aye.
Ms. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mrs. Kell Smith, President.
Aye.
Ayes 8, noes 0.
Bill having received the legally required number of votes is passed. And now we move on to any comments from members. Do we have anything from members? Hearing none, meeting announcements. Council Standing Committee meetings will be held remotely on Wednesday, May 20th at 10 a.m. That will be chaired by Councilman Lavelle. Also on May 20th at 1:30 p.m., Council will hold a public hearing here on the Zoom platform on Bill 248 as it relates to amending the zoning code by adding a new subsection. To register for a comment by phone for this hearing, please call the City Clerk's office at 412-255-2138. Hearing speaker registrations will close at noon the day of the hearing. To register to speak at Wednesday's council meeting, please call the City Clerk's office by 9 a.m. So there's two different meetings. You have to call two different times for two different, or you have to call for two different meetings. You may also submit your comments to the clerk via their email at cityclerksoffice@pittsburghpa.gov by 4:30 p.m. the day before the meeting, which is today. Can we have a motion to excuse the absent member, approve the minutes, and adjourn this meeting?
So moved.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Meeting adjourned. Be safe, everyone.
Yep. Peace.